It can be exciting. You put two snakes together and think you're going to get one thing, and something completely different comes out. The possibility of something that no one else has ever seen before coming out of the egg is also a real exciting part of it.
You know what keeps me up at night? The thought that the cat of Hee-Haw is dabbling in genetic engineering. Oh, it only gets better. Meet James. He's also a snake breeder.
Here I get to meet people, you know what I'm saying, that don't know about snakes, want to learn about snakes, and actually have an interest in snakes. And other people, they get tired of listening to me talk about snakes every day.
Man, we love snakes. Well, James is telling this next great story. We're also going to show something that happened to him just a few minutes later.
Well, one time I was drunk, and I reached into my 14-footer cage, and I grabbed him up, and the cage broke, and I didn't have anywhere to put him, and was holding on to the snake trying to bite me. And then by the time 10 minutes went by, I was pretty purple, lightheaded. They finally pulled the snake off me, though, and I got it back in the cage. But that's a mean snake, you know, I got to deal with that.
Seems like James here has to deal with that a lot. What was the point of all this, other than to have a few laughs? Doc?
Some animals do not belong in the home environment.
No. You think? It's time to check back with the man who revolutionized veterinary medicine, Mr. Thomas Cronin Medicine, who has figured out how to milk his balls for all they're worth.
Well, this is our Nudical merchandise, Nudical wear. We've got Nudical baseball jerseys, Nudical hooded sweatshirts, the Nudical ball caps. No home is complete without a Nudical's bathroom. Imagine how much fun you could have with a Nudical's necklace. Oops.
And this is the second time today he's had a pair of balls in his face. What? He put them on earlier, too.
Okay, here to show him your Nudicals, Pumpkin.
And Greg doesn't just own the company. He also put Nudicals on his own dog, Winston.
Hold still, Winston.
We like a guy who puts his money where his mouth is.
He's got the Nudical Ultra Plus with scar retard. Your Nudicals, Winston. You got Nudicals.
So what do fake dog balls cost? Did James Earl Jones ever do that line in voiceover?
The prices start from basically $85 a pair for the Nudical Original. The medium price is $189 for the Natural, and the Ultra Plus is $349 and up. These will be like $600 a pair.
The $600 is worth it. I mean, the $85 ones are hard plastic. Every time the dog walks, they clack. Actually, we've got $85 worth of jokes out of them, but really, they're ridiculous. I mean, no one's buying these, right?
157,433 pets in all 50 states and 47 countries have benefited from Nudicals worldwide.
But who's counting? He is saying that 157,433 people have installed fake dog balls over their pets. If every family makes just 7 jokes, that's well over 1 million laughs thanks to fake dog testicles. He's a genius. What does Greg Miller think about people who think Nudicals are foolish?
Well, that's their problem. You know, I mean, they would probably complain at somebody that came up with a cure for cancer.
I never thought of it that way, and neither did any fucking one else. Well, it's time to head back to the San Diego Cat Show.
Angel Paws is our best household pet.
Where Isabel's cat, Angel Paws, just won the award for Best Household Pet.
For Angel Paws to win, that's really wonderful. I think that it's just one of the best things. I'm very proud of her. She had a good time, and that's the best.
Let's look at this from Angel Paws' perspective. You brought her here in one cage, moved her to another, waved that bug stick at her, made her run, and treated her like a piece of meat. And now from the cat owner's perspective, you're shopping. Lots of shopping. Eating. Playing dress-up. Talking to friends. And bragging about all the ribbons you want.
We're just here for the fun of it.
Just for the fun of it. And Isabel isn't alone. Just listen to these people.
How many shows do you go to a year?
I go every weekend.
Go every weekend?
I skip it if it's a funeral.
Of course.
Last weekend I was in Ohio. The weekend before maybe Michigan. Next weekend will be Connecticut. Could be Maryland. I see you. Wherever there's the most cats is where, we'll be. We got best cat last year in the nation. That was serious. Our cat took us to Japan.
Make sure you take your cat to the Louvre. She'll love high-end paved glass pyramid. And she'll also love being in a 2-foot box in the overhead bin or under the seat in front of you, or even worse, traveling as cargo in the belly of the plane where the air is thinner and it rides with a luggage. My guess, your cat would be happier sleeping on top of your nice, warm TV.
They have a good time. That's what it's all about. The cats have a good time.
No, they don't, Isabel. It's all about you. There is one cat person we met that really does do it for the cats. Our friend, Bonita Berger.
There's a huge difference between rescuers and hoarders. I am a rescuer. A rescuer will take in the animal, will get them healthy, make sure they're fixed, and adopt them out.
Without dragging them to Japan and France first. So you help all these abandoned cats find new homes.
Mine all get adopted. There's always turnover. I've probably adopted out close to 50 cats each year that I've been doing this.
It even looks like you have some special training.
Well, I do my own vaccinations, I do flea treatments, I can do deworming, I do all the antibiotics. All right, let's do it from the other side. There's a good boy. Yes, there.
So it turns out you're not a crazy cat lady at all. You're just crazy for cats. Really, really crazy for cats. Really, really crazy for cats, that is.
A rescuer is not mentally ill. They're consciously making a decision to try and do some good and improve a segment of, society and something that they love.
What would happen to all these cats if you didn't take them in?
If people like me didn't exist, all of these animals would probably be dead. We're taking in the animals that people tape up in boxes and throw in the garbage. They're going to be dead. We're taking the ones out of the shelters that will be euthanized because they caught a cold. I mean, I'm giving life.
Right, you're giving crazy. I mean life. There are so many people in the world who need our help that it's sickening to spend all this money on pets. What about people? Couldn't all the money spent for fake dog balls, diamond collars, and cat food be spent to help people? Sure it could. But I have original mono copies of Bob Dylan's early albums. I own an original wooden box of the vinyl copy of Third Reich and Roll by the band The Residents. I have thousands of vinyl albums, tapes, CDs, and over 40,000 songs on my iTunes. I have 3 Mini Coopers. Keller has an original bondage cross and handcuffs that Houdini owned, a huge library of rare magic books, and all sorts of movie memorabilia. We both spend $3 for a cup of coffee and live in houses that are way more than our families need. All that money could certainly go to helping people too. Pets are more bullshit that people waste money on. But fuck, we're in glass houses on this one. Aren't we sticky? Aren't we sticky?
The one show on television that I always look forward to. It's the one show on television I always hate to see end.
It's the kind of humor that hasn't really been on like before, or really done before.
I tape both Friday and Saturday episodes. Some of them I've seen a couple of times. You pick up more stuff if you watch a couple of them over again. I'm kind of fanatical about it. Some of my friends are a little worried about it.
Fantastic.
Awesome!
It's awesome. It's funny.
One of the funniest shows on television.